Yes! I really needed this, everybody. I needed this so badly. I can't believe it. They actually got it done. I was thinking it was going to be Nolan Arenado. I can't believe they did it. They actually spent the money. They actually put the money down on the table, and they got it done. I was completely convinced it was going to be Nolan Arenado. I thought a trade was going to get done, but something happened along the way. This is why, we can speculate about all these different teams, and you could hear this, you could hear that, you could hear something going on in the weeds over here. But in the end, you can't count out any team, especially in this case, right? Where there was an argument for so many teams, and I've been saying it from the get-go. I've been saying it. Fenway Park fits him the best, right? If you're looking for an overall situation where Bregman, if he were to take a short-term deal, an opt-out kind of a deal, what better place than Fenway Park to juice up the numbers? Now, we got to go over the contract a little bit. I might be getting ahead of myself a little bit. I was cleaning up. I was actually getting ready for bed. I was ready to cuddle my pillow for the rest of the night, and this came across my phone. I'm freaking out. I'm absolutely freaking out. I am the happiest boy alive right now. I can't believe they got it done. Everyone, if you can, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 50K by opening day. I think I'm about to have a heart attack. I can't breathe. I mean, this is something. Wow. I can't believe it. Let's get to it here. Chandler Rome with the details. Alex Bregman's contract with the Red Sox is for 3 years and $120 million. Opt-outs after each season. Wow. That is something, everybody. That is something. Has Fangraphs up to... Wow. That is a massive deal. For everyone now, I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to look into the camera, and I'm going to say this to you. For everyone that's been calling the Sox cheap, for everyone that has been telling me, and everyone else, that the Red Sox aren't a serious franchise, they don't want to spend money anymore, it's time to be quiet. It's time to stop it with that. Because they just gave this guy $40 million for this year. $40 million. Enough is enough with saying how ownership doesn't want to do this. And I guarantee the people out there that have been, all the negative stuff, they're going to be like, oh, well, the Red Sox fans forced them to do it. No. They got the job done. This is what Red Sox fans have been begging for the Red Sox to do, is to make an offer that the player cannot refuse. Enough of the Zach Eflin stuff, right? Where, you're getting beat out by the Rays. Enough of the Seth Lugo stuff where you're getting beat out by the Royals. This is what the Red Sox need to do. This is what they've been needing to do for a while. But when you take a look at the current state of the Red Sox, you got Christian Campbell, Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer coming up the pipe. These guys are looking like they're pretty much major league ready. Maybe more so Roman Anthony, Christian Campbell at this point. But these are guys that can contribute. We'll talk about Christian Campbell in just a second. But the Red Sox have a team that can absolutely go for it this year. And now with Bregman in the fold, I think you could argue right now that the Red Sox could be a contender for the AL East. I think they're right there in the mix now. About 10 minutes ago, they were a contender for a wild card. Now it looks like they really could say something about the division. And it's really funny that all of a sudden the timing of Pivetta going to the Padres, they got the draft pick back. Well, now they're going to use the draft pick for Alex Bregman. This is massive. I'm sure, even though it's $40 million per year, I think John Henry just put out something. There are deferrals in this. There are deferrals, right? Here we go. Finally, another team out there besides the Dodgers putting it down on the table saying, hey, we'll give you a big amount of money, but we're going to, how about we defer some of the money? Well, there you go. This is what teams need to start doing. I know, the Red Sox are another big market team, right? But this is what teams should really start to do. If deferring money is allowed, take advantage of it. Now, so according to John Heyman, there is going to be some money deferred, $40 million per year. This is perfect for both sides here. Alex Bregman I mean, my goodness here. Like, there is so many good things going on for Alex Bregman in this scenario because you're going to be getting $40 million dollars or whatever the deferrals are along with it, but you get to opt out after this year, which that's going to be an interesting decision. Is he going to want to opt out of $40 million freaking dollars per year? That's a lot of moolah you're leaving on the table. We got Stark Raving Sports in the chat. Everyone, go follow Stark Raving Sports. Go subscribe. My goodness. The content they've been pumping out lately is through the roof in terms of quality, storytelling. Go over there and go subscribe to Stark Raving Sports. Amazing channel over there. Thank you, my friend. Yes, big day in Robbie Land. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm not kidding. I had pretty much convinced myself Arenado was the guy. In a way, it's like I'm almost kind of, I don't want to say I'm sad because I kind of almost convinced myself Arenado was the dude. I was already penciling him in at third base. Raffy was the DH, but this is a cleaner fit at the end of the day, right? You know, you're not going to have to move Raffy off of third base, right? There was the argument that Arenado, the defense was going to be huge at third base with him there. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Raffy, he gets to stay happy now. Let's see if he can improve that defense a little bit more now at third base. But with Bregman, this is what the Red Sox needed. They needed a guy like this. Go back to Alex Bregman in his LSU days. This guy has been competitive as they come, right? You know, parents, right, were, I believe they were in the law field, right? Very high-level attorneys, I believe. You know, this is a guy that's come up in just a competitive environment ever since he was a kid. And going to LSU, a big-time college program, he picked number 2 because he liked Derek Jeter, and he picked number 2 because he was picked second overall in the draft behind Dansby Swanson. So this is a guy that has a chip on his shoulder. This is a guy that is going to bring such a competitive nature to the Red Sox that I feel like they've been lacking. I know, and that's no disrespect to the guys that they've had. There's no disrespect to the guys on the squad already, but Bregman brings a different feel where this guy is a playoff-proven performer. Whatever, I don't care. Say what you will about the trash cans. I don't want to hear it. But this is a guy that wants to win. He wants to go out there. He wants to compete. This is what the Red Sox needed. They needed a leader like this. I love it. If you're looking for something as close to Dustin Pedroia, I'm not saying Bregman's Dustin Pedroia level, but if you're looking for something that's pretty close, Bregman is that guy. I'll say it one more time. This is exactly what the Red Sox needed to do. This is so amazing. I know, and people are going to say, oh, Bregman, the batted ball metrics, they've been coming down a little bit over the past couple of years. Bregman has absolutely destroyed Fenway Park over the last couple of years. And going back his entire career. I mean, this guy is off the charts at Fenway Park. OPS above 1,200, I believe. It's so perfect. Now, everyone's going to be asking, well, what does this mean for Christian Campbell? You know, listen, I've been saying this. Everyone, look, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the lineup. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Giraffe Neck Robbie is coming through right now. He is emerging right now. Look at this lineup. Alex Bregman penciled in. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. You get the right-handed bat that you need, right? You know, Bregman, obviously, so many good things, but he brings the balance to the lineup as well. Now, the question is, what did Ian Brown just say? Ian Brown, what has Ian Brown got? My phone is dead. My goodness. Good thing I was able to catch my iPad with the notification because my phone died while I was getting stuff ready. Holy cow. Could you imagine? What is Ian Brown saying? Ian Brown. I got to see what Ian Brown here is saying. Give me a second, everybody. Hold on. It is, wow. It is something right now. What did Ian Brown just say? I find it unlikely that Bregman will play second base for the Red Sox. Wouldn't make sense when he's the best third baseman on the team. Yoshida would seem most likely to go. Going to be interesting. You know, listen, he brings up a very good point there. Let's talk about this. Where is Bregman going to play? This is going to be a very interesting thing. Now, everyone's been saying second base. And yes, I think right now, as we're sitting here, as my doofus self is sitting here and talking to all you friendly faces at home, I think Bregman right now probably lines up to be the second baseman. However, I'm going to present this to you. What if Christian Campbell absolutely balls out this spring? what if he dominates this spring? What if he shows not just the numbers, right? It's more than just the numbers in spring training, right? It's the swing decisions you're making. It's the quality of contact you're making, right? They're looking at all the metrics in spring training. So, but let's say Christian Campbell is off the charts this spring. Let's say everything's good. Does that conversation pop up where Bregman, who is the better defender at third base, there's no arguing that. Could you have that conversation? And I've talked about this before, where with Bregman, he has that contingency plan built in with him, where, yes, he slides into second base right now, but will he be at second base for the long term? Right now, Bregman's your second baseman on paper. But things can happen, and this is why I think it was so important for the Red Sox to go after him more so, right? And this is why I'm so glad they spent the money to get this done, for crying out loud. But this is where he brings another important factor. He has that versatility. So if you have to have the conversation of Rafi moving off of third base, well, you got Bregman there, Gold Glove defender at third base, right? Maybe not the best arm out of all the third basemen in Major League Baseball, but you know he's going to get the job done at the end of the day. So if you have to have the conversation where if Christian Campbell is ready and they want him to play second base, well, then you got to put these guys in a room and say, hey, we kind of like Christian Campbell, Rafi, the defense hasn't been very good. Bregman's here. What do you think? I wouldn't be surprised at all. Ian Brown makes a good point there. This is a big spring training for Yoshida. And honestly, I wonder if maybe the Red Sox have already been thinking about this. I wouldn't be surprised. I've talked about this before. It's nothing really surprising to me that someone like Ian Brown is already talking about it. This is massive, everybody. This is huge. This is huge. And what I love about this the most, and listen, I value everyone's opinion, but I'm going to be very honest with you. It has been I have loved the Red Sox for so long, and it's been so frustrating seeing the way they've been operating. And I've tried so hard to stay positive about the Red Sox for the last 5 or so years. It's been a difficult time for me as a fan. Seeing all the good times, right, with the Red Sox winning all these championships going back to 2004, and to see just the constant negativity towards them spending money or lack of spending money. I'm glad that we can finally put that to rest. It took a little while to do this, but I will say this. I think Breslow, at the end of the day, I think he just looked at this situation and he said, all right, Arenado, yeah, good fallback option. He can play some defense at third base, sure. But Bregman was clearly the better option, especially if you could get him on a short-term deal. Yeah, you're paying a lot of money here, over $40 million over the first few, but this is what the Red Sox should be doing. I'm glad. I would like to imagine a scenario where they had some kind of a heart-to-heart talk at some point, and they said, listen, it's time to throw the money down. It's time to stop being silly. Bregman's sitting out there. The Cubs are trying to get involved. The Tigers have been involved. Maybe the Astros, you could see a return. The Blue Jays, were in the picture. But there was no movement going on anywhere. I'm glad the Red Sox stepped up and they said, enough is enough. I hope someone in the building there said, let's get this done, right? Enough of being cute. Enough of just trying to dance around and find a creative offer and whatever it may be. Let's just throw the money down because we're the Boston freaking Red Sox. That's what I hope happened here. I really do. But I would also hope that this was in the works for, this was a plan of theirs for a while. Who knows? Maybe they were kind of hanging around until the end. And they just said, all right, you know what? $40 million a year. Opt out, whatever. Let's get this done. I'm very interested to see how this happened, right? I want to know the fly on the wall stuff. There's a lot of different scenarios that could have happened to lead to this. I'm just so happy, man. I can't even tell you. Like, it feels like a weight has been lifted off, and it sounds crazy, right? Because, I'm saying it like, because I get it, right? Small market teams like Pirates fans, you've been, you've been pushing for anything for how long now? So it's like I almost sound like a spoiled baby over here. I'm not trying to, but at the end of the day, the Red Sox, they've built their reputation over the last 20 or so years, winning all these championships under this ownership group. This is the stuff they should be doing, right? They should, this is such a win-win, right? Because it's a short-term deal with opt-outs all over the place. It's such a win. And anyone that says this is a bad deal, you're out of your mind. I'm sorry. I'm going to completely disagree with you. What did Tyler Milliken say? What has Tyler Milliken got going on? Milliken, what do we got? Milliken. Wow. Oh, they were recording. They were recording Section 10 when this happened. Wow. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be great. Good friends over there at Section 10. But yeah, this is a good day. This is a very happy day. But I think this is a great move. Oh, there's just so many good things about this. There's so many good things, right? The contract. Sure, it's a lot of money, but it's a short-term deal with opt-outs. You get a leader. You get a clubhouse guy. You get a guy that wants to win. You get a guy that can talk with these young guys that are coming up. Bregman is a good baseball mind. I think he's perfect for the clubhouse, right? I think Arenado, there were positives with him, but the only way, I was okay with it if they weren't going to go this route. My first option this whole time has been to just throw the money down for Bregman, right? AIAI Productions, the Red Sox overpaid. The deal is bad. I completely disagree with you. No disrespect. It's a 3-year deal. It's a high AAV. And I'm going to prove that right now. If we were to actually go over to baseballtradevalues.com, if we were to go to the player value timelines here, and we go to Bregman, let's pull this up, shall we? Let's go to Bregman. Let's go to the future free agent value tool. 3-year deal. Now, you're going pretty high. They definitely went above and beyond here for a 3-year deal. But I think this is what you got to do, especially if there's deferrals involved, right? I'm curious to see what the deferrals are, but whatever. If you got to pay a little bit of money down the road, then so be it.